गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसाधनं प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु। गणेशाय नमः, सरस्वत्यै नमः, श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। नमो तस्सा भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा। बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि, धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि, धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि। अशीं वहु वहिष्ठेमस्ति पुष्टास्ति पुष्टाह्माय ह्यतशाय वहिष्ठाय शेम श्मा इस्राएल अदोनाय एलोहेनु अदोनाय एखाद। बिस्मिल्लाह अर्रहमान अर्रहीम। बिस्मिल्लाह अर्रहमान अर्रहीम। बिस्मिल्लाह अर्रहमान अर्रहीम। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह। ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह। Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Om Saishwaraya vidmahe satyadevaya dhimahi tanna sarva prachodayat. Om Saishwaraya vidmahe सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
गणेशशरणमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं गणेशशरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं नित्यस्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् नित्यस्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं
सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं
सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं
गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं
भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं
भयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं
भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं
परमपावनं
गणेशशरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं नित्यस्मरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननम् सद्गुरुचरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं भवभयहरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं गणेशशरणं परमपावनं सत्यसायिनं गजाननं
शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Sairam everyone. I offer myself at the divine lotus feet of my Guru, God and best friend, Bhagawan Shri Satya Sai Baba. I was not prepared to give this introduction, but this is one of the most high-profile introductions I've ever given in my life. Brother Aravind Balasubramanya is known the world over as a member of the RadioSai team, a beloved student of our Bhagawan Shri Satya Sai Baba. And we are so blessed and so fortunate that he is here with us. I don't know all of your details, brother, so forgive me, but he studied in Swami's institutions, and upon his graduation, he became, as you guys call, one of the waiting boys. And then in 2009, right, 2007, joined RadioSai Global Harmony. Oh yes, I remember the badge story. So I personally listen to his talks on a regular basis, afternoon Satsang on RadioSai as part of the Thursday Live series that RadioSai does. And his stories are just phenomenal. I think if this was a Friday or Saturday night, we would be sitting here till midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. His stories know no bounds. One of the most engaging, fun-loving speakers I have ever met. Without taking much time on this busy Tuesday evening, I invite my dear brother Aravind to join all of us. Sairam.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my most humble pranams at Bhagawan's lotus feet. Dearest Bhagawan, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, thank you for that lovely introduction, Rishu. So much of love. Yeah, I felt very happy. As you said that it's a high profile introduction that you're doing. Every time I hear such things, I remember an analogy that was once told to me. There is this picture of the coronation of Lord Sri Rama after he returned from the Vanavas, that is the exile. He came back to Ayodhya and he became the emperor. So there is that famous coronation painting where you have Rama, you have Sita, you have Hanuman, you have all the bears, the monkeys, everyone there. And that painting is a painting that is often worshipped. People do aarti to that painting. Now imagine in that painting there's that monkey which is standing and it thinks, wow, people are doing aarti to me, It would be very foolish on part of that monkey to think like that. And that is the same feeling I get here. It would be foolish and egoistic on my part to think of myself as a celebrity or a VIP, because whatever status, whatever we have in life, whatever it is, it's because of Swami. There are millions of students. The moment you become a Sai student, you become special. I remember another episode, two of us were talking in Prashantinilayam in the ashram when a person accosted us and he got talking with us. And I introduced myself as a person who is working in RadioSai, and he was, oh, okay, RadioSai, wow, fantastic. And the other person introduced himself as a driver, and this person said, okay, driver. And the conversation went on. And I just said, Sairam, sir, he's telling his driver, this is Padmanabhan, sir, he used to drive Swami's car. Oh, Sairam, And in an instant, I was no longer the celebrity. RadioSai was nothing. And I was just thinking at that point in time, what made a response which was, oh, a driver, okay, to Sairam, He's a gardener. Oh, a gardener, okay. There's Yajur Mandir Gardens, Bhagawan picked, oh, Sairam. That is when I realized that That's the difference between being a driver and being Swami's driver. A difference between a gardener and Swami's gardener. And that's what it is, being a student and Swami's student. So it is not the student aspect that gives respect, love and regard. It is the Swami part. And that's why, as I said, when anybody introduces in this manner, I only close my eyes and express my gratitude to Bhagawan, because whatever, not just a celebrity, whatever I am today, whatever I'm sure any of us are today, is because of His love, His grace, His mercy. And yeah, His love flows in such abundant measure on all of us. I see a few familiar faces whom I had seen yesterday. They will have to listen to about 20% repeat of yesterday's talks, because there are one or two points which I myself enjoyed in the talk there. I myself didn't know it came out in the talk so beautifully, so I will be repeating those one or two points. I will actually be beginning with one such point, which is an episode that happened in Vrindavan. Vrindavan is Swami's ashram at Bangalore, and all the students at Vrindavan are blessed to enjoy what we call as a Trai session, because a Trai session is when Bhagawan calls all the students into his own residence in Trai Vrindavan, and it's a beautiful informal session. So many things happen, serious things, funny things. Sometimes there's absolute silence. Sometimes Swami makes the singers sing, the speakers speak. Sometimes he makes the speakers sing and the singers speak, and it is a funny situation. I remember, so many hilarious instances have happened there. There was this gentleman who was made to speak. I won't name the speakers in hilarious instances, but he was being made to speak, and Swami had called in even the ladies for the Trai session. That was a rare thing that would happen, but once in a while Swami would call the ladies. And this person was speaking, and he said that there was a time when I had a heart attack and Swami prescribed almonds to eat. He said almonds are bad for heart attack, but Swami gave them to me to eat, and I didn't want to eat it because I didn't want to increase my cholesterol. But my wife told me that if Swami has given, it's good for you, you eat it. So he said, so you see, sometimes even women can give good ideas. And there was a whole hall filled with women whom we could not see. So everybody, if his wife was in the audience, she would have been surely thinking knives at him. There was another instance when, this was really something totally unexpected. He wanted to speak about how Swami is so loving, compassionate, and one way we do that is by speaking of the love of Krishna and Rama and showing Swami to be greater than that. So Krishna was so loving, but Swami is so much more loving. Krishna said, Ananya chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. Which means, without thinking of anything else, those who think of me alone, I will take care of everything in their life. And if that was a promise given in Kali Yuga, none of us would qualify for that offer, because how many of us think of him alone without thinking of anything else? That's why our compassionate Bhagawan modified it and said, if you love me, you deserve me. If you need me, you deserve me. To get me, all you need to do is need me, that's all. I will come. So easy it is. So these are the comparisons we make with Krishna and Rama and say our Bhagawan is so much more loving and kind. We realize that because Kali Yuga needs that. It's a very tough time to be in. So this gentleman was again trying that, and he said in Dwapara Yuga, Mother Kunti asked Krishna for a boon. You know what was that boon? She said, Lord, fill my life with troubles. And Krishna was surprised. He said, Kunti, your life has already been filled with troubles, and why are you praying for more troubles in your life? She said, Lord, because I think of you only when I'm in trouble. I think of you only when I'm in trouble. Otherwise, I don't think of you at all. That's why, oh Lord, please fill my life with troubles. Now, this gentleman narrated this episode, and he said, in the Dwapara Yuga, Kunti had to pray like that. Kali Yuga, our Bhagawan is so compassionate, I didn't even pray. And that is when he realized what a blooper he was making. He said, I didn't even pray, and people started laughing, and Swami started looking at him like that, and said, and Bhagawan has been very loving on me, and he went on. So many times, Trai Vrindavan, we used to feel also is a testing ground where Swami checks out whether a speaker is good enough to take the podium in public, or will it be too dangerous. No, that was a hilarious situation then when, Swami said that, this person said that, I haven't even prayed to Swami and yet he has filled my life with trouble. And though we all laughed either loudly, some of us who were back laughed loudly, who were in the front, we didn't want to embarrass Bhagawan, so we just thought like that and just stifled our laughter. But today when I look back at it, possibly the difference between us and that gentleman who was speaking there is that he had the courage and the innocence to speak his heart out. Because there are many times in our life where we feel this. Swami, my life was... There are, when we get up to speak in public, we tell such things. We tell such things like, my life was like this, Swami came and that's it, Because yesterday I had been to a Satsang in New York, and in that scenario I got to speak with 5-6 devotees and get their experiences. All of them narrated experiences where, I was in such bad situation, Swami came and improved. But I'm sure many of us feel that at times, Swami, before coming to you, my life was actually going on smoothly. You entered my life and things have started going haywire, I have possibly lost my wealth, I have lost my status, I have lost my respect, I have lost this. What is this happening? That's why I say that possibly that gentleman had the innocence and openness to just say that I didn't even pray to Bhagawan and he just filled my life with trouble. We also feel like that because we don't portray it outside, because we portray to others what we want them to think of us as. Oh, this is a great devotee of Swami, this is this. So I praise Swami publicly and criticize him internally, scold him internally, ask him, what you're doing, Swami? What is this you have done? I don't know about others. I definitely have done that. Many times in my life. I'm guilty of that. I have never spoken negatively about Swami, but in my own heart I have chastised him, I have criticized him and I have asked him, what on earth is he doing with my life? My life was so good. Swami, you just leave it, Don't just touch it. Just don't interfere in life. It's going on fine. It's a confession I'm making. It happens. And today when I look back at that, I feel possibly that is true. Because that is the only time we think of Swami. Like how Kunti said, it's only when I'm in trouble that I think of you. That's what it is. Only when we are in trouble we think of him. When things are going fine, we don't think of him. What to do? Swami loves us so much. The only way for us to benefit is to think of him, because that is the only permanent thing in life. And if we are not thinking of him in happy times, we will get times in which we are made to think of him. So that's like a warning. Better think of him, Better think of him when we are happy, which we rarely do. We get so lost. It comes as an awakening that he shakes us up and listens to us. Of course, many times in the beginning, he gives us what we ask. Swami says, yes, yes, yes. God says yes to what we ask. That's what Swami also says. Swami says, I have come to give you I give you what you ask, so that someday you will ask what I have come to give. So in the beginning, it's nice, what we ask, we get. And that's what has been the experience of a majority at least. We have got a grand welcome miracle. Many times, our story of how we came to Swami is awesome. So, I have met people who say, 35 years I've been coming to Swami. Oh, fantastic. So what are your experiences? In 1968, 1972, 1975, this happened. And after that, then in 2004, 1972, after that, after that nothing happened actually. Nothing. After that, it's only been trouble. And I'm finding the next good one in some 2004 only. It's often like that. It's because the welcome in the beginning, Swami says yes. Swami says yes and gives us what we want. And then begins the stage where he says, wait. He will not say no, but he'll say wait, because he wants to give us something better. That's always the case. At that point in time, we don't understand it, but it's definitely the case where he tells us to wait to give us something better. We just need a little patience. I remember when I became a Balvika student, I was so eager to join Swami's school. And I came to Prashant Nilayam Puttaparthi and I tried to get admission and I didn't get admission. So I was desperate to join some school of Bhagawan, and I went to Kerala, Sri Satyasai Vidyapeeth in Calicut. I joined there. And when I joined there, it was quite a difficult life. I recently met one of my classmates in Cleveland, who is from the same school. And I say it was a difficult life because though it was a school that Bhagawan had started in 1976 and though it carried his name, most of the teachers at that point in time were not devotees of Bhagawan, and some were even critical of Swami. Like I remember once when I had an injury on my foot, I applied Vibhuti, and I told my teacher that I had an injury, so I applied Vibhuti. He said, "Are you mad? It'll become sepsis. It'll get ruined." I said, "No, the Vibhuti. He said, "Vibhuti is ash. Okay, that is not. You need to put." And I was thinking, what is this? Because I thought that if I tell, he will tell me that, great, that is the greatest thing you have done. That is the greatest medicine. Because that was my faith. My faith is Vibhuti is the greatest medicine. Because Swami is the greatest Lord. I never tested Swami and like, how can he be God? Because from my childhood, I've been seeing his photograph in the altar, and for me, he was God. I mean, how many of us have tested Lord Shiva, whether he's God or not? We don't test Shiva. Shiva is, he's really strange looking. He hardly wears any clothes. He has snakes over his body. He has matted hair. He's holding a trident. And okay, he's God. Ganesha, even more funny looking. He's a human body and an elephant head, and he's God. And we are fine with that. And when somebody says, this is Swami, he's God. Oh, how can he be God? Why? What is so ungodlike about him? Because he's looking like a normal human being. I mean, for me as a child, I never had this question of proving that if he is God. Because we had accepted a wide plethora of gods. We have Mother Kali on one end of the spectrum. We have all kinds of gods, and we accept everyone as gods. And therefore, Swami also was accepted as a god. So I had no problem in accepting Swami as a god. But it was for the first time when I went to that school that I had people questioning me, asking, what is this funny thing you're doing? That is not God. Not that my faith shook, but I was very deeply hurt. Because they would criticize Swami, they would make fun of Swami. And in retaliation, I would call names to their parents. And they would get angry and, why are you abusing our parents? I told you, you're abusing my Swami. They would never understand that for me, Swami was like both parents combined. And so I used to go at night to the prayer hall, sit and cry and tell Swami, why did you do this, Swami? I wanted to come and join your school, and you have put me in which school, Swami? I wanted to come close to you, and you have put me amongst people who don't love you, who don't love you. They abuse you, Swami. What kind of a place you have put me in? So when I came to Swami, as a child, I had 2-3 nice experiences. He became my favorite God. And after that, this is what started. And I was like, Swami, what are you doing? I prayed that I want to come to your school, and you're putting me in this place. It's much later that... Anyway, I'll come to the realization later when the realization came. So as for now, the story, it went on like this, and I was just waiting to complete my 10th grade to get into Swami school, higher secondary school in Parthi, Puttaparthi. I tried there, and the only reason I had come to this school was I heard that they will give a priority to those who have studied in Swami school. So some Swami school is better than any other school. So therefore I had gone to Kerala and I was studying in that school. When I was in 8th grade, for the festival of Onam, the students from Kerala were coming to Prashanthinilayam, Puttaparthi, and our school every alternate year used to get an opportunity to make a cultural presentation in Bhagawan's presence. And also, I got the chance to deliver a speech. I thought, this is my moment of redemption. 8th grade I was in, and my plan was when I go to give a speech, before that I'll go to take Padnamskar. I'm going to tell Swami, please give me admission in this school. I can't be in that school anymore. Swami, please take me. That's my prayer I thought I will make to Swami. And so we came for Onam, and came much before, we came to, from the school, the students would be brought to Prashanthinilayam only for 3-4 days. At the beginning of the Onam vacations itself, I landed in Prashanthinilayam. I was enjoying darshan, sitting in the general public. One day I got a chance to sit in the first line, and as Swami came for darshan, I was so excited and eager that I had written down my whole speech. By the way, it was in Hindi. I don't know why. There was an elocution competition, and I had won the Hindi elocution. And they thought that I'm a good Hindi speaker. It was just a tribute to my memorization skills, because I had just mugged up the whole thing with the intonations, pronunciation, everything, and with the hand movement, and I had delivered it, and they said, wow, he's an awesome Hindi speaker. And so I did the same thing. I went to my Hindi teacher and said, write me one more speech to give in Prashanthinilayam. And once again, I memorized it with everything, And I was so excited when Swami came for darshan, I gave that speech to him. I wanted to tell him that this is a speech I'm going to deliver. Swami took it like a letter and walked away. And I was like, oh my God, that's my speech copy. Those were not the days where you could whip out a phone and, give a print command and get one more print. There was no mobile phones only those days, Our boys like Anirudh will not be able to imagine those days only. There was nothing like that, It was only landline telephones and there's nothing like texting and all that. There was no message, no printout from mobile. So I was wondering what to do. But as I said, I had memorized it. You could wake me up in the middle of the night and I would deliver it with the hand motions. So I just went and wrote it down once more, the whole speech. I was ready with it. And then came the Onam day. This is the day I've been waiting for, because this is the day of my redemption. I'll be getting out of what I considered as a torturous prison into salvation. And that day, there was some politician from Kerala who was supposed to come, and he got a bit delayed, so the whole program got delayed. Finally, they had to cut short the program, and guess what? My speech was cut off. We have to cut short the program. I don't know, there are others who delivered 15-20 minutes. Mine was just 5 minutes. It's always like this, Always the small fellows are cut off, always. That's what happens. The big fish always get their time, get their due, everything. Even in a drama, when later years, when I've acted, I've seen that happening. Oh, this drama is exceeding by 5 minutes. Okay, we knock out this soldier. That soldier will have just one dialogue. Don't knock me off here. That emperor is giving a monologue over there. 10 minutes, cut it to 8.5 minutes. No, every word of that thing is important. The soldier is knocked off. And so like that only, I was one puny soldier on that Onam day. And my speech, they just knocked it off. I didn't even know what happened. So I sat there hoping to pray, and I didn't even get the chance to ask Swami. Swami gave a discourse. I don't remember anything of that. Swami went back. And I thought that I had gone through a very, very troublesome experience of my life. But I had no idea that my troublesome experience was going to begin, because when I got back to the hostel, everybody started, teasing and pulling my leg. Big devotee. Swami also didn't want to listen to him. First of all, they didn't believe Swami. And they said, this is what you get, in return. You big devotee, you do bhajan and all, you sit and go, what, you got nothing. You also didn't, mean you are not pure, you are impure. All this started, And in fact, the ability to think on my feet and respond, give retorts, be witty, all that I developed because I was facing that teasing. See, in that school, you either had to develop your biceps or your tongue, one of them. You had to... So I couldn't develop my biceps, so I developed my tongue. So today when I look back, I'm really grateful to that school, because it really chiseled me and made me what I am. But at that point in time, I was not seeing all that. I was just thinking, oh God, what is this? So that year I didn't get the opportunity at all, and I felt very let down. It only led me to go and cry even more and say, Swami, what is this you're doing, Swami? I'm doing everything to come close, and you cancelled my speech. Swami, among all the children in the whole school, I think possibly I'm among the few who loves you and wants to do something for you, and you're cancelling my speech. And now see, Swami, everybody is teasing me, everybody is telling, I know that you love me, but see, everybody tells like this. It's not like I felt that I know that he loves me, but I was just like thinking of using this as a blackmail to Swami. Swami, what is this that you're doing? And so that year passed, and as I said, the next 2 years, when I look back now, I became a topper in my class. I began to participate in singing, music, speeches, dramatics, everything. And I became like a superstar in that school. I mean, it just happened, and everybody stopped teasing me about Swami because they felt like when there would be house selections, there will be house competitions within the school. The senior boys want to get me into their house because I will get them points on multiple levels. In the cultural activities, in the sports I used to play. Academics also would get you points for the house. So it's like you have it in Harry Potter, like in Hogwarts, Gryffindor, Slytherin and everything. So from Slytherin I became a Gryffindor suddenly. From a hated creature I became a very loud creature, and I was happy that at least they are not picking on me for Swami's sake. This went on, and in 10th grade again our chance of our school to put up a program, and once again I was picked to give a speech, this time in English thankfully. But I was very, very, very nervous. I was very nervous, and I was thinking, Swami, this is the opportunity I have to ask. I have to ask, and I have to join your school, Swami, because if I don't join your school, I'm gone. I can't survive anymore like this. The whole reason I have come here is because I wanted to join your school. I had spent 4 years in another school by now. So in 10th grade Onam, I remember I went and sat there. And again, once again, the whole speech was in my mind. It was by heart, and I could just deliver it. I was very confident. And I was sitting there. That year also was special because my mother was in the audience and I felt great. I'll be delivering in front of my divine mother and my mother. And it was a great feeling, and I was just hoping that it won't get cancelled. I was sitting there. And it didn't get cancelled. Let me take away that suspense. It didn't get cancelled. So, Swami came and I was going on thinking, Swami, I'm going to Swami, which language should I tell? Should I tell it to him in Kannada or English or Hindi? My Hindi is bad, but Kannada, English, I can try. Okay. I was preparing in all languages, whichever comes, so I'll tell. Then I thought, no, I'll tell it to him in Kannada only. Swami, whatever happens, please give me admission in the school, Swami. Please give me admission in your school. This was my prayer. I was going on thinking about this. And then my turn came to get up and go. I gave a rose to Swami. I took namaskar. And at that point, I don't know what happened. I don't know what was the prompting. But today when I look back, I feel it is just the culmination of a kind of sadhana that has happened for 4 years. Because I had planned to tell Swami, whatever happens, please give me admission in your school. That was my plan. But that day I just said, Swami, whatever happens, please keep me with you always. Swami patted me and said, yes, definitely. And I gave the rose. I turned. I felt very happy that moment. And as I'm going to the podium, I was thinking, shucks, I missed asking about the school. Oh God. Okay. After my speech gets over, I have to ask about the school. I have to ask about joining the school. I must ask about joining the school because that is what I came for. These are my thoughts as I'm coming to the podium. There was no, and Om Shri Sai Ram, humble pranams at lotus feet. There was no humble, there was no pranam. It was all about the school. But this was going on like a tape recorder because I knew it. And I just went on rattling. I was just disturbed 3 times by the applause. They clapped and I was like, oh, what happened? Something. Don't applaud too long because I need to get back my flow. So when they applaud, I just stopped, I closed my eyes and went back 2 lines and came. The applause died down and again I continued from there on, just hoping that they don't applaud. Because my objective was to finish and get there and ask for that. School. I was going on thinking, school. So, many times it happens that we have a thought, it's an elaborate thought, and we give a keyword to remember that thought. And my keyword was school. And when I went to Swami, only the keyword came out. I said, Swami, school. Swami said, school? Swami, come Swami to school. I told him to come to school. And Swami said, yes, definitely go. And I went back and I was like, oh shucks, I missed it. I was feeling so miserable. And Swami gave his discourse. I was like, Swami, give me one more chance, Swami. Please, I forgot to ask you, Swami. It's like I want a gold ring. And I've asked for a jewelry store. And I'm feeling bad that I forgot to ask for the gold ring. I didn't realize it at that time, But I was feeling very bad. And at the end, I went straight to my mother. And my mother was very proud of me. She hugged me. She said, awesome, you did a great thing. I said, Mom, I didn't ask Swami. She said, you didn't ask Swami? What were you talking to him then? I said, Mom, I asked some foolish things, Mom. I said, what did you ask? Mom, I told him, keep me with you all my life. Now my mom was having tears in her eyes. I said, yeah, Mom, I know that. That's why I'm also crying. She said, no, you did the best thing. I'm happy you asked this. Wonderful. Where did you get this thought? Suddenly, I'm seeing a difference, The same questions that I was asking, my mom is asking with another attitude. I was thinking how on earth did I get this thought? And my mom is, how on earth did you get that thought? And I'm crying and my mom is crying, And I was wondering what happened. And my mom said, this is a fantastic thing you did. Great. Don't problem about the school. This is the blessing. Because, when you think of it, joining a school is just a subset of being with him always. Because that is the greater blessing. And today when I look back, I am so grateful for that. Those 2 years of waiting when Swami said, wait, didn't give me that opportunity. I feel in those 2 years, it was not a logical decision. It was not a conscious decision. But That is the magic of sadhana. That is the magic of yearning and craving for Swami. We just need to yearn and crave for Him. Automatically things will happen. We need not keep tab on how much we are progressing spiritually. What am I closer to moksha? Am I getting moksha or not? Or where am I stuck? No need. Every day am I able to yearn for Swami? Do I feel, when I hear His stories, do I feel joy well up within me? Do I feel fulfillment? Do I forget about everything else? If that is there, that's enough. Because He will take care of everything. He knows what is best for us. He will take care. We need not worry at all. And that's what happened, 2 days later. Swami said he would give Pad Namaskar to all the students from Sri Shailam. So we were all seated there and I thought, this is my chance now. Now I will ask the proper correct thing. All the foolish things are over. Means at that time I was not wise enough to realize that I have asked for a greater blessing. I have asked for something that encompasses everything. No, I was just thinking, okay, anyway, my mom encouraged me. But because she'll do that anyway, she loves me. So whatever I had told her, she would have told, don't worry, beta, I'm proud of you and all that. So now is the chance I'll ask, and I was waiting. So I had written a letter and my plan was, as Swami comes, I'll get up, block his path and tell Swami, I want admission in your school, please. And don't allow him to pass through me. You're going to go over my dead body, as they say. I'm not going to move till you grant my wish and all this. All these things you can think. Like how Vivekananda says, Vivekananda comes and tells his master that, Master, you're telling me to renounce everything. It is difficult, my family is in dire poverty. I need money. I need a good job. I need this. What you're telling me all this? Give me this. Then Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, my child, I don't have the capacity to give. It's the mother who gives. Go and ask her. So Vivekananda says, okay, I'll ask her. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, you ask her and she will give. He goes in. He comes out. And says, child, you asked? He says, yes, Master, I asked. What did you ask for? Master, I asked for devotion. Devotion? You idiot, you fool. Ask for money. You wanted a good job, ask for that. Vivekananda goes in again. He comes out. He says, what did you ask for? Sir, I asked for love. I asked for sacrifice. I asked for wisdom. What happened? What happened? He says, Master, I don't know. I don't know. I can't ask her for all these stupid things. In front of her, I just don't know what happens. But we may think, no, when I go to temple, I ask for money, I ask for a job. I think possibly because we feel it's an idol, when we really are able to have that darshan of Bhagawan, that opportunity we got when Bhagawan was here physically on earth. Whatever may be the desires, when we come face to face with Swami and with all his love, Swami says, what do you want? You just go blank. You just go blank. Because, as I said, that is Bhagavan's love on us. We realize that nothing else matters. We just want this moment to be frozen for eternity. What do you want? Swami, nothing. And Swami goes and said, oh God, I wanted to ask and I forgot. It's only when we are able to pull away from Swami's divinity, we consider him like a normal person and like a friend who can help me in trouble and such things, and we keep aside the divinity and consciously put effort like that, then we are able to, Swami, see this something, Swami, my wedding, my this thing, we can ask such things. But when we are in that oneness with his divinity, we just can't open our mouth. And usually, the first time, it happens like that. Because after that, 2-3 interactions later, we build up our mind. We build up how properly we have to ask. Come what way, I'm going to ask, and we build up. But the first time, we are just overwhelmed. So I didn't know any of this, but my plan was to kneel up and block the path and ask Swami for admission in 11th grade in Swami school. So Swami came close, and I got up on my knees, and Swami put his hand on my head and pushed me down back and walked ahead. Any other day, that would be a great blessing, it would be a great thrill that Swami put his hand on my head. And I was, oh no, Swami, it's not like that. When I speak about Swami putting hand on the head, I remember one of my brothers, senior brothers in college, he was saying that he began to get grey hairs. And he wanted Bhagawan to touch his head. He said, I don't know about spiritual growth, intellectual enlightenment and all that. My only prayer was, all my grey hairs should become black. And the interesting thing is, he said, and Bhagawan indeed touched. And all my grey hairs became black. But all my black hairs became grey. Because he had a head full of grey hair. Anyway, that was a funny way in which he would tell, because few years after that he developed a very thick salt and pepper kind of hair, and Saram Deepak. Yeah, Deepak was one of my brothers who was with me in Srisailam for 2 years, and though he didn't hear me speak about Srisailam, you can ask him later on, he'll agree to whatever I said. So so then so when Swami was coming close, I thought I'll get up and ask him, and I could not ask. And I was like, Swami, this opportunity also gone, Swami. And anyway, my mom says I asked a good thing. Then the most beautiful thing happened, Swami suddenly stopped. He was in the next line. He had moved up about 3-4 feet away. So he stood at a distance of about a meter or 2 from me, turned around and said, "Who is that boy who spoke yesterday?" I was like, Swami, me, I spoke. Oh, you spoke. So what are you going to do after 12th? Swami asked. After 12th? Means I am planning for 10th, after 10th only. I said, Swami, 10th, medical engineering, what? Medical or engineering? Oh, okay. I thought these are the only 2 options available, medical or engineering. I said, Swami, among these 2 means medical, Swami. Swami said, join my school in 11th, take bioscience and join. Swami said and walked out. I was like, wow, okay. I didn't even ask. Unasked, he gave it. And this is what it is, when the message is received, the messenger goes off. In the olden times, the messenger would come, He'll come and give a message to the king. Oh, you king, my king tells that if you don't surrender to him, your neck will roll. The king is not supposed to get angry on the messenger. He's supposed to treat him very well. Give him luxurious place to stay. He'll abuse him whatever he wants. But he's supposed to stay luxuriously, whatever, and then he has to send him back. Because you're not supposed to harm a messenger. That's what happened, Hanuman went as a messenger. And he told, oh, Ravana, you arrogant one. Beautiful that is, the dialogue exchange. Swami would narrate it with so much of joy. The exchange between Ravana and Hanuman. And Ravana would say, you are down there. He says, wait, I'm not yet talking with you. And he makes a throne with his tail and sits above and says, this is my level. So he says, who are you, monkey? I'm not like this. Who are you, monkey? Because the monkey is sitting on top. And Hanuman says, Dasoham Kosalendrasya. I am the servant of Rama. When I think of that only, how awesome, that is love for God. I think when somebody asks me, who are you? Will I ever tell, I am Bhagawan's student? If I find out that you're a Sai devotee, then I'll tell, because it has great equity there. The normal guys, they say, I'm Aravind, I have done my masters, I'm from Bangalore, I'm from, look at that confidence, self-confidence. I am the servant of Rama, man. I'm sitting here, I'm the servant of Rama. Awesome, Hanuman. And he insulted Ravana, whatever he wanted. And Ravana gets so wild, he says, throw that monkey out. And immediately Vibhishana gets up and says, brother, you can't do this. He's a messenger. You shut up, you sit there. He calls and says, throw this monkey out. And they're not able to throw. They're not able to move. They're not able to move the monkey, and therefore he says, put his tail on fire. That's what happens. Put his tail on fire, I'll light up the whole of Lanka and I'll went. In fact, Swami would say, Rama didn't tell Hanuman, you light up Lanka. But Hanuman had such sukshma buddhi. He would know what Rama would like. He wanted to show Ravana that I am just one among the millions of monkeys. And I can create havoc in your so-called secure Lanka. I can do that. And I can go back. So don't try playing with the Lord. And I feel it is purposely that Rama took an army of monkeys and bears and squirrels and went there. Because Ravana had sought a boon that nobody should be able to touch me, neither the gods nor the demons, nor this, nor that, nor this. He didn't ask about animals and men. Because either they are too puny, what to do. And Rama said, I'll beat you with monkeys and bears and squirrels. Wait, I'll show you that. I think that's why Rama did like that also. So coming back to the point, any problem, any difficulty that comes in our life is actually a messenger with a message. We have to treat the messenger with love, receive the message and send back the message. Messenger, we need not send back. Once the message is received, the messenger will leave. But we refuse to take in the message and get upset on the messenger the way Ravana got on Hanuman. We have a person who comes and irritates me every day. I get irritated on him. No, there is some reason why he's coming. There is a message. That irritating person is a messenger carrying a message sent to me by Swami. Once I learn the message, he will go away on his own. I have seen this personally in my life many times. The messenger can be a situation, can be a person, can be anything. And as long as we don't get the message, similar messengers will keep coming. No, this is an irritant. This fellow is terrible. I'm going to shift. I'm going to go from New Jersey. I'll shift to New York. Yes. You shift to New York, you'll get one person, same that type only. He'll be there. Oh my God, I don't know. I seem to attract such people only. Yes, exactly. You seem to attract such messengers because you're not learning that message. And that's what I felt there. It happened. The moment I realized the message, the other things were automatically given. Automatically it was given. That's why I feel when God says yes, He gives us what we want. When God says wait, He is giving us something better. He's giving us something better. That is why we have to wait and see what is that message. He himself told, and I joined. And I joined Satsang Higher Secondary School as a bioscience student. In fact, before joining, I remember I went and told my mother that, after 12th grade, I'm going to join medicine. I'm going to become a doctor. And my mother was again in tears. I thought, what is this with mothers, for everything they'll cry. So I said, Mom, now why are you crying? But this was not joyous tears. She was sorrowful. I said, Mom, when I forgot to ask Swami to give me admission in school, you were shedding joyous tears. Now I'm telling Swami told me to join medical and I'm going to do that and you're crying. She said, no, you're getting admitted in Swami's school, but after 2 years you'll leave it because there was no medical school in Swami's school. I said, yeah, Swami told. She said, no, don't leave Swami. I was like, Swami only told this to me. So I just left it at that. 2 nights later I have a dream. In the dream Swami comes and says, so what are you going to do after 12th? This was the same question that he had asked me when I was taking Pad Namaskar also. So I told him, Swami, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to do medicine. Swami said, no, don't do medicine. So then what do you want me to do, Swami? Do biosciences, I told you. I thought, later on, that's how I joined BSc Biosciences later on. But Swami said, yeah, do biosciences. And then do arts, do whatever. Just be here, Swami told. That was the end of the dream. And that's how I joined BSc Biosciences after my 12th grade. But then, I did MSc Chemistry after that. And I did MBA Marketing. And currently I'm working in media field. My career is a foolish nightmare for anybody, There's no commonality at all in that. The only thing is, I just wanted to be with Swami. And I feel Swami also possibly wanted to make an example out of me to show that it doesn't matter what you study in life. It doesn't matter because what matters in life is that you love God. Ultimately, anything else we do is just pastime and time pass to reach that goal. As we are working on the goal of going closer to Swami, loving Him more and more, in the meanwhile do something, I don't sit in an Air India aircraft from John F. Kennedy to Delhi to watch 3 movies. That's time pass. My goal is to reach Delhi. If they say that, we have good news. You can watch 3 more movies because now we are going to go via Johannesburg. Hey, idiot. No, man. I want to go to Delhi straight. I don't want to go to Johannesburg. No, you can watch 4 extra movies. No, I don't. I didn't come in the flight for watching movies. I want to reach there. In the meanwhile, I'm just watching some movie. We forget that and we think we're there for the movies. Wow, Johannesburg. After Johannesburg, let's go to Belgium also. And then let's go to Delhi. I'll watch 10 more movies. That's what we do with our lives. We forget the goal of life. We forget that our goal is to go back to this. Why? Why we have to go back to God? Simple reason. There's this technique that teaches in MBA. The 5I technique, they say. Basically, if you want to go to the root cause of any problem, ask 5I. So why are you late for office? Because there's traffic. So why is there traffic? Because that's rush hour. So if you ask 5 times, you can come to a solution. So you can work from home. Different things. For everything they say, that's the 5I technique. The 5I. Let's do the 5I technique for our own life. For anything that we do. Why do we do whatever that we do? So you ask somebody, so why are you studying? Anirudh. It's your bad luck, I know your name, that's why I'm picking on you, that's all. If I had known his name, I would have picked on him. So why do you study?
To get a degree and become smarter.
So why you want to get a degree and become smarter?
Because I want to make money.
You want to make money. Why you want to make money?
Because I want to be happy.
Because you want to be happy. See, that is the root cause. See, within 3 whys only we arrived with Anirudh. But if we ask for anything, ultimately it's because we think that will make us happy. That's why. In my opinion, that will not make us happy. That's why I want to do that. I want to have food. Why? Because I'm hungry. So why you should have food if you're hungry? Because if I don't eat, then I'll get stomachache. My stomach will make growling sounds and then it'll start aching. So what? So why you should eat then? It'll pain and I won't be happy. So actually I eat food to be happy. I brush my teeth to be happy. I go to the restroom so that I can be happy. When they say sometimes, when man calls, nobody listens. When God calls, a few listen. But when nature calls, everybody runs and answers. Because that also because it makes us happy actually. So the 5 why technique for anything in life, whatever we do in our life, we do it because it makes us happy. That's all. And then Swami says, man, you are so foolish. He would tell a chinna katha. He would say that there is in Andhra a concept called military hotels. Basically, military hotel means you get only non-vegetarian food there. You will get chicken kurma. Swami would only say. You will get kurma, Burma, all this, but you won't get any other thing. So Swami said one day a South Indian Brahmin with full vibhuti marks on his forehead walks into a military hotel. And Swami said that he asks the waiter, do you have some idli, vada, sambar? And that waiter starts laughing. He says, you fool, how foolish are you, man? Did you not see the board outside? It said military hotel. How can you get idli, vada, sambar in military hotel? You go. Swami says, man is also like that. When Swami would narrate this joke, all of us would laugh. That is one more thing I have seen. When Swami narrates a joke, all of us will laugh. The same joke I narrate, none of you will laugh. One or two gave compassionate smiles because this fellow is making an effort to make us laugh. So let's give him some charity. That's all. But that's also because I feel Swami, Swami is so much of love. So much of love. We love Swami the way we love ourselves only. Like that it will be. That's why when Swami tells a joke, it's like me telling a joke. When I tell a joke, I'll definitely laugh because whether you laugh or not, I will laugh, I will smile, and because it's an awesome joke, because I cracked it. So that is the kind of feeling we feel towards Swami. We feel it's our own. That's why whatever he tells is funny. I have seen interview tapes where Swami is narrating something which is not so funny. Because going scientifically, pick up that same thing and put it in somebody else's mouth. Nobody will laugh only. They're like, get over with it, man. Don't, Just imagine you come and tell, I see you sad, and I tell, what happened? Why are you sad? My mother is very sick. I don't know what will happen. Don't worry, passing clouds. Hey, you just shut up, okay? What passing clouds? If I tell that, it's terrible. Same thing, Swami will tell passing clouds. You feel uplifted. Because it's not the word that is being spoken. It's the love that is there. It's the love that is there. Swami calls me a he buffalo. And I'm so proud of it, Swami says, Dunna pota, you buffalo. And I feel so happy. I feel so proud. I feel so awesome about it. Because that is the love that is there. And now, how did I get to this? What was I narrating just before that? Yeah, why do we do what we do? Yeah, everything. So we do everything for happiness, and we go to the... Swami says, man comes to this military hotel. Man comes to this world, which says that it has a board outside. The world has a board outside, which says, Anityam Asukham Lokam. Which means this world is Anityam, which is impermanent. This world is Asukham, which means it doesn't give happiness. And you come to that world and say, I want permanent happiness. Where will you get it? Like that waiter laughs at that foolish Brahmin. Like that, the world will laugh at you. Somebody says, you want permanent happiness and you come to this world and ask, you won't get it. You won't get it, Baba. So why are you asking it over here? In fact, Swami says, you want to study. You pray you want a first rank. Why you want to first rank? Because you want to be smart. Why you want to be smart? Because you want to make money. Why you want to make money? Because you want to be happy. Ask that, no. Why are you asking for some second or third derivative? Ask directly what you want. You want happiness? No, ask me for happiness. Because happiness is union with God. Nothing else. Okay. So there's nothing else is happiness other than union with God. And therefore Swami says, why are you asking for anything else? Ask only for Swami. Happiness, yeah. So when When speaking of permanent happiness, there was one senior of mine who got an interview with Swami, and Swami gave a beautiful formula for what is permanent happiness. Swami asked him, what is happiness? What is bliss? He gave, because he was very well read in many scriptures, and he had read the Bhashyam, he had read Shankaracharya's Viveka Chudamani, he was well read in all that. So he gave very esoteric definition. Swami said, no, that's not bliss, Brahmanandam, Nityana, all these are terms, but that's not bliss. And then Swami gave a beautiful formula. Swami said, causeless happiness is bliss. Causeless happiness is bliss. If you're feeling happy, ask yourself why you're feeling happy. I'm feeling happy because I'm listening to a satsang. That's not bliss then. Because it has a cause. I'm feeling happy because I'm seeing Swami's photograph. That's not bliss. I'm feeling happy because I had a good meal. That's not happiness. The moment you can find a cause for your happiness, it is not bliss. Such a beautiful formula. I'm happy. Why? I don't know. I'm happy. That is bliss. That is bliss. Because the moment we have a cause for our happiness, when that cause is taken away, the happiness is also gone. It can't be permanent. Therefore, bliss is causeless happiness. And when I look into that, when I think about that, I just realize that my happiness is all pertaining to action. Tomorrow is a holiday. Let's do some fun things. Let me get up a little late in the morning. Then let me catch this show, this TV show. Then let me play some tennis. Then let me have an awesome lunch at such and such a place. Then when I look at all the things that make me happy, they are action. There is a cause for my happiness. Which means tomorrow morning, if I trip and break my leg, I'm going to be miserable. Because I can't walk and all my cause of happiness are gone. Because I just can't walk out of my house. Over. It's dependent on something. Can I say that tomorrow is a holiday and I'll be happy? That's it. Just being. Be happy. Not that I'll do something and be because of doing I'm happy, or because of saying I'm happy. Can I just be happy? And that comes only with Swami. Only with Swami. Recently, I think Dr. T. Ravi Kumar had come here, the warden of Brindavan campus. I don't know if he narrated this episode, but when he was doing his PhD, Swami called him in for an interview. So he was doing it in Krishnadevaraya University at Anantpur, and he would come to Parthi for darshan during the weekends. So Swami once called him inside the darshan hall. Can I have a little water, please? Yeah. It's here only, just the glass. So, when he had come to Prashanti Nilayam for darshan, Swami called him into the interview room. And there were others also. And Swami asked him, why did you come to Puttaparthi? He said, Swami, to have darshan. To have your darshan, Swami. Why do you want to have darshan? Swami, because it gives me bliss. Swami asked him, does it give you bliss or does it give you happiness? He said, Swami, it gives me bliss. Swami asked him, what is the difference between happiness and bliss? And Ravi Kumar sir says that at that point in time, Swami himself inspired a beautiful answer. And, he told Swami, Swami, you see it's like this, Swami. When I'm feeling very hungry, if somebody gives me a gulab jamun, I'll feel very happy. That is happiness, Swami. Because, Swami, 10 years down the line, when I'm feeling hungry, if I don't get any food to eat, then I can't fill my stomach by thinking about the gulab jamun that I ate 10 years back. In fact, it will make me more miserable. At that point in time when I'm hungry, if I think of that gulab jamun 10 years back, the groan in the stomach will get louder actually. It makes me more miserable. So therefore that is happiness. But Swami, seeing you, I'm seeing you today, Swami, I'm feeling happy. 10 years down the line, if I'm not in your presence, if I just close my eyes and think of this moment, Swami, I'll feel the same joy. That is why it is bliss, Swami. And Swami then told the others, see how intelligent, what nice answers they give. But he says that was the answer Swami inspired. And it's so beautiful, it's so right, correct? Just imagine, you're all hungry over here and I come and tell, don't worry. I had the famous New York pizza. It's awesome, soft, melting in the mouth, you know. You know, the decent ones among you will just salivate. The others might throw slippers at me and think of me as a sadist. But suppose you have not had Swami's darshan at all. I come and tell you how it was to see Swami. Not only do I enjoy, you also feel the same joy. That is why it is bliss. We experience this so many times. We have had this experience during darshan in Prashanti Nilayam where we come with lots of burden, emotional baggage, all that. And we want to ask 1,000 things from Swami and I don't know which to ask because each one is ripping me apart. And Swami comes for darshan and you just feel, forget all that, man. Just forget it. Just leave it outside Kulwanthal. Just enjoy this. That is what happens to us in Swami's presence. And that is why I am saying not selflessly as a sadhana for Swami's benefit or for universal benefit. For our own benefit. Let us not forget that our main goal is to reach back New Delhi. Reach back our destination. Not watch movies on the flight. We are not here for in-flight entertainment. The job of the flight is to go high and take us high, and that's what we are supposed to do. That's why Swami started the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. Swami would say this is not Sri Sathya Institute of Higher Earning. It is higher learning. It's not to help you get a posh begging bowl. And Swami would call all these degrees like that. A BSc degree is a copper bowl. MSc degree is a silver bowl. MBA is a golden bowl. But it's a bowl, that's all. Just so that you can be a posh beggar. You can beg only in New Jersey. You can beg in Manhattan, because you've got a... But that's all it is. But that's not what life is about. Swami would say that if you want to study so that you can earn money, so that you can feed your family and take care of your family, Swami would say a dog does that without earning a degree. A dog has no degree, but it grows more pups than you take care of. Every 2 years it delivers 6 pups and takes care of those 6 pups, feeds them, protects them, lives an eventful life and dies. We are not even leading a dog's life. So Swami would ask, do you need a degree for earning money? No. Swami would say the only goal of education is to make you go within, and Swami therefore called it educare. Educare, Swami would say, is getting from within what is already there. It is not about stuffing what is outside into you. Swami would say that's what is happening in exams nowadays. Swami would say input, output. After that, nothing. It's empty. Swami would say you overeat before the exam. You go and vomit on the paper. And after that, that's it. Nothing. It's clean. There's nothing left in your system. That's what we are doing finally. And we are just stuck so much in this that we don't even pause and ponder that am I heading toward New Delhi or not? Where am I headed? And in fact, Swami says it's so important that at a young age itself, you find out where you are headed. Because when you're flying from New York to New Delhi, even a 1 degree deviation here will take us possibly to Iceland or Antarctica and not to New Delhi. Because that builds on. So early in life itself, get the direction very perfect and be extremely careful in picking priority. If I'm a child, let me pick Swami as my top priority. If I'm a parent, let me ensure that my child picks Swami as top priority. And this was another question that I was asked in Cleveland. How to make our children love Swami? We have to love Swami, that's all. Because Swami would often say, let me try this out. I keep trying this out, so if some of you have watched other videos, you'll already know it. But even then, I'm sure at least 10-15 people won't know it. So, for 1 minute, humor me and do whatever I'm telling you, okay? Whatever I tell you, please do it. I won't tell embarrassing stuff or funny things. I'll tell simple things, but please follow whatever I tell you, okay? Please raise your right hand. Everybody, right hand. Put your right hand on your head. Put your right hand on your chest. Put your right hand on your left shoulder. Put your right hand on your chin. Yeah. So a few people actually listened to what I said, but most of you did what I did. Because this is the cheek, this is the chin. But that's what Swami would say, that people don't listen to what you tell. People do what you do. So also, when we say children, they won't listen to what we tell. Because they'll do what we do, that's all. And what is it that we do? We can possibly do things hypocritically, Because I do sometimes. Because Bhakti wants to watch, though she's 2.5, she comes and asks, Dada, what are you watching on your phone? She knows the difference between sending a text, making a call, or watching a video. And ever since she has come in our life, there are many changes, many things that have happened. One thing that has surely happened is TV time has got drastically cut. So I can, I still manage. After she sleeps, I'll watch on my phone. But I can see the effect. It's not possible. My hypocritical actions will not shape her. It will not. Because somehow still if I genuinely give up television on my own, then only will she also give up. Otherwise she won't. That's why Swami would say, telling is next stage. Doing is a more important stage. More important than doing is being. Being. You be that first. If we are not that, then our actions are only hypocritical. They will see through in some time or the other. Possibly Bhakti will not notice now, but 4 years down the line, she'll tell, Dad, I know what you're doing at night. I saw you. Just leave it now. Over. Then I have no face to tell her, don't watch. It's over. So therefore, in the hierarchy, even if we want, as I said, it's so important that at a young age, we turn towards God. And if we feel that we are past the age, now it's too late, this message, it's not too late, because we can help others. And for helping others also, it's the same thing. We have to turn towards God. We try to tell, no, Bal-Vika is important, this is important, but we run behind our careers. We shift things for the sake of our career, for the sake of other things. We give importance to other things, and Swami is somewhere down the list. Professor Bhagya sir in college would always tell us, there are only 2 rules in life. First, God is most important. And the second rule is, in case of doubt, refer to rule number 1. That's all it is. That's all it is. And he would... So it's like I think the IT guys are laughing more because they know there's a loop in the program that never ends. And he would say that if you give God second priority, you give him no priority at all. That's all. And which priority we give him in life? Somewhere far down the line. We don't give him any priority at all. But when we want him to come rushing, He should come rushing to my aid and save me. Swami would give the example of Draupadi. In the Kaurava court, Draupadi was being disrobed. And she called out to Krishna. With that same episode, Swami gives multiple lessons. One, he says how she called out, oh Mathura Puri Krishna, Dwarka Nivasi Krishna, and Krishna never seemed to be coming. Finally, she closed her eyes and thought of Hridayavasi Krishna, the Krishna, the resident of her heart, and Krishna immediately came. And Swami says that as you think, that's what it happens. You think of Krishna as a far away being living in Dwarka. I have to come from Dwarka. I took my fastest steed and started off, and it takes time, Those days we didn't have fighter jets. I had to come on a horse. But the moment you called me as the Krishna of your heart, I was there. I could come immediately. That's one thing. But the lesson that I wanted to point out to was, Swami says that when Draupadi called out to Krishna, apparently Krishna thought, what has Draupadi done for me? And then he thought, yes, correct. Draupadi, there was a time when I cut my finger, and when all my queens ran around to get some bandage, Draupadi tore her sari and tied it to my finger. Draupadi has given me sari. I will give sari to Draupadi. That is God's equation. What God forgot was Draupadi gave 1 inch. That's all. And he gave Guinness Book of World Records. He gave some 10 kilometers long sari to Draupadi in return. But that's how it is. God's grace and love is like an insurance that will help beyond any measure without increasing any premiums. He will multiply 1,000,000 times and give. But guess what? If there is 0, 0 multiplied by 1,000,000 is, Anirudh? 0 into 1,000,000? 0. Even a child knows that. So we have to do something at least. Give 1 inch of sari so he can multiply it 1,000,000 times and give 10 kilometers. Anything we give God comes back multiplied. But we are not ready to do that also. But when we call, he should give everything and come up. Swami, actually I would love to do that, Swami, but I have no time. My boss, Swami, I'll try in the weekend possibly. Now I don't have time. Just imagine. We are going in the car, suddenly a head-on collision. Sai Ram! You know, how many incidents we say? I said Sai Ram! And lo and behold, that same boy sits in front of you like that. You know, so many people narrating incidents. Just imagine, you say Sai Ram! And Swami says, I would love to come, but possibly tomorrow I'll come. No need, God, I'll only come. I'll be meeting you soon. You know? When we call, we want him to respond immediately, instantly, leave whatever he's doing and come to my gate. But I don't have time for him. I don't have time for him because you know, many times, you know, when this theme would come, Swami would ask, did you have lunch? Yes, Swami. Oh, you had time for lunch? Yeah, Swami. You know, I didn't do, you know, he would ask the singers, bhajan, why bhajan, why is the voice cracking? Swami didn't practice, Swami. Why? Swami, exams are going on, so, exams are going on, no time. Had lunch? Yes, Swami. Went to bathroom? Yes, Swami. How time is there? No, for lunch. Which means if it's a priority for us, we will find time for it. However hard pressed we are for time, if it's number one priority, whatever time we have is allocated for that. So, it's just that we don't have time for Swami. And Swami wants us to give time for him not because it is important for him. It's important for you because you want happiness, right? Happiness is only in union with me. Nothing else will give you happiness. Anything, perfection, happiness, it's all only in union with God. Once during the Gram Seva, Swami came out, he was speaking to all the students. I think my time is up, possibly 1 or 2 episodes and I'll conclude. Swami came out and Swami asked, so how was the Gram Seva today? Very nice, Swami. So did you meet Radhamma? Radhamma, Swami, don't know, possibly, you know. Radhamma is quite a common name, so many, maybe we would have met. Swami said, that lady, she gave you buttermilk and then that ragi mudda. So there were a few students who had enjoyed that hospitality. Yes, Swami, yes, yeah, we remember. We remember the mudda and the hospital. I don't remember Radhamma, but I remember the food and all that. That's what usually happens. So Swami said, you know what Radhamma does? You know what she does? No idea, Swami, what she does. She's a midwife. Oh, okay. A midwife is a person who helps in the delivery of babies. Okay. So instead of a doctor, so she helps. So Radhamma is a midwife. They said, okay. Swami said, you know what? She's the best midwife in the world. Okay, Swami. What do you tell when Swami said, why is she the best midwife in the world? God knows. God knows means, I don't know. She has not got educated in any, don't know that. So we just were silent. Swami said, you know why? Because before doing any delivery, she heartfully thinks of me and says, Swami, you come and do this. And so I go and do it. And when I do, it has to be the best. That's what Swami said. And that's why she is the best. So it happens, you know, when we call on Swami, amazing things happen. Just today morning, I was dropped to New York by an auntie, by Bharati auntie. And she was narrating incidents like this. She was speaking of her grandchild suffering from a very intense condition and nothing was working, and finally they called to tell that it's a matter of hours now. You can't even fly down here because it's gone. And she says that her heart just wept. She picked Swami's photo and said, Swami, please take away all the punya I have got. Please let that child live. And she says 2 hours later she again got the call. But it was not that the child is dead. Miraculously the child is fine. It's all fine now. She spoke of 2-3 such instances. And then when she was narrating this, she had tears in her eyes and I got tears in my eyes. And I was just thinking, look at this. Our Lord, in an instant he can give what you are trying to be. You want to be President of United States. If Swami wants, in a second he can make you that. Why are you struggling and wasting all your life for that? I have seen that happen in my own life many times. Even recently, like when I was thinking when I'm coming to New York, what will happen? This is not planned. This is, where will I go? What will... You know how beautifully it has got sorted? So nice that today I'm feeling that I was such an idiot that I lost my sleep for a month before this. Ask how I've harassed Deepak. I've harassed so many people. I've troubled and asked and so much I worried. And this is just because I'm wasting my time thinking of all these things instead of thinking of Swami. Anything that we think of other than Swami is at best a distraction, that's all. At worst, it's a terrible thing. But at best, it can be a distraction, that's all. Because Swami will take care. But it's not like I'll do whatever I want. Suddenly when a trouble comes, Swami, you take care. It's not like that. It has to be complete. And then there is no need of prayer at all. Our life itself becomes a prayer. Because we are not acting anything else. It's all His doing. And for that kind of surrender, speaking of surrender, possible I'll conclude with this episode. This is one of my favorites and I'm sure you would have heard me narrating this many times. But please hear it once again if you have heard it. Because it's so beautiful, In cricket, when we watch a player hitting a 4, we have seen that player hit a 4 many times. But next 4, we still applaud it, right? So in the same way, because this is a beautiful 4 or a 6 that Swami hit. During the Atirudra Mahayagnam in 2007, Swami took along with him a few students to Chennai, to Madras, as speakers who would speak before him. And one day, one of my classmates who was selected to go along with him, Swami asked him, so what are you speaking about tomorrow? The next day was his turn to speak. So he said, Swami, I'm speaking about Guru. Swami said, what is meant by Guru? He said, Swami, Gukaro Gunati Taha Rukaro Rupa Varjita. There are some things that, as I said, you wake us up in our sleep, we will rattle it out because we have thoroughly mugged it up. So, Gunatita means one who is beyond attributes. Rupa Varjita means one who is without any form. The attributeless, formless one, that is the Guru. Swami said, aha, okay. So, you have a Guru? Yes, Swami. Who? You, Swami. That's it. Swami said, but I have got a form. I have got attributes. Swami, we don't know all that. You are the Guru, Swami. That's all. That's what we have been taught. Don't ask me the details. You are the Guru. That's all. I know this is the right answer. It's like, in Sunday school. In Sunday school, the teacher is asking the children, I'll describe and tell me who it is. Okay. So she says, I'm tiny and I run on trees. Nobody answers. I have a bushy tail and I eat nuts. Anirudh? You answered it, but in Sunday school nobody answered. I have striped tail, I run very fast. I have 2 teeth protruding out. Nobody answered. Come on kids, none of you know? And she picks up one kid and you tell me what it is. She says, Miss, I know the answer is Jesus, but that sure sounds like a squirrel, So like that only, who is Guru, Swami? Your Guru. You are the ultimate. This is the answer, Swami. I don't know the logic and all that. I know the answer has to be you, ultimately. So that's how it happens. So he also said, Swami, I don't know all that. You are the Guru. And then Swami said, see, boys, simply they will tell. They have no full doubts in their head, but they'll simply... so if you have any doubt, ask now. I will answer, Swami said. This is a great situation. So this boy immediately said, Swami, what is meant by Sharanagati? So when Swami says ask doubt, it's just about, it's like there's a dam holding back the waters. You just need to open the tap and leave it. It'll just flow. That's how it is with Swami. You just have to give him something to go on and Swami will go on. It'll be a beautiful session. So any question, Swami, how to control the mind, and just leave it and Swami will go on and we can listen. So he said, Swami, what is Sharanagati? And he thought now the floodgates will open. But Swami said, no, you tell me what is Sharanagati. What is surrender? He said, Swami, surrender means offering everything that we have to Swami. Swami said, I don't want anything from you, sir. Don't offer all that you have to me. I don't want anything. Then what is surrender? I said, Swami, I don't know. I don't know. This is the answer that I got. Swami said, okay, have you got a car? Yes, Swami. How many gears does that car have? Swami, 4 gears. So it's evident that this boy was driving a manual transmission car. and he was driving an old model car, because nowadays all the cars in India also have 5 gears. So he said, Swami, 4 gears. And then Swami said, so does the car run well in first gear? Yes, Swami, it runs well. In second gear? Yes, Swami, it runs well. In third gear? Yes, Swami. In fourth gear? It runs, Swami. Then where's the problem? Where's the problem, Swami? There's no problem. It runs well in all the gears. Swami, there is problem. There is problem when you go from first gear to second gear, which many in the audience here will not know possibly, because it's all auto transmission. But in manual transmission, you have to. Then he said, yes, Swami, yes. But Swami, no problem. If you press the clutch, nothing will happen. That's what he said. So I said, Swami explained surrender so beautifully. Life also has gears. In your car, it is forward, back, front, back, front, back. In life, it is happiness, sorrow, happiness, sorrow, happiness, sorrow. In happiness, you have no problem. In sorrow, you have no problem. When you shift from happiness to sorrow, there is problem. When you shift from sorrow to happiness, there is problem. When you shift from happiness to sorrow, it is dejection, depression, frustration, irritation, anger. When you shift from sorrow to joy, it is pride, it is ego. Swami, please, Swami, somehow, please, let me just pass this exam. You're the topper. Wow, I did it, man. Hey, you did it, man. You just said, Swami, please save me, and you did it. 2 balls to go, 12 runs to win. Oh God, Swami, please, please. 6. Oh, great. 6. Wow, he'll plug the stump and he'll go like he's the hero. So that's what happens. When we go from sorrow to joy, we get ego, we get pride, we feel we are the awesome guys, we are superb, we don't need anybody else. I'm doing it, man. Self-confidence, all that things will come. And when we go from joy to sorrow, it's the reverse. I'm good for nothing, man. Useless, depression, frustration, nothing. Everything I touch becomes earth, clay, useless. At the other time, you think everything I touch is gold. It's always either that extreme or this extreme. At that time, there's a clutch called surrender. You press that. And what is that clutch? You just close your eyes and tell, this is good for me as decided by God. Idi na manchi kosame, in Telugu Swami said. So when you go from sorrow to joy, don't get exhilarated, don't feel egoistic, don't feel proud, just close your eyes and say, it's not that I'm awesome, I'm terrific, I'm fantastic. It's just that this is good for me, that's why. It's good for me that I get the top rank, that's why I got the top rank. It's good for me that I get this bonus, that's why I got the bonus. It's not that I'm awesome. It's the script that is there like that. Swami has written the script of my life like that, that's why I'm getting it. No big deal. It helps me remain grounded. It ensures that I don't fly. I don't fill myself with gas and go up so that one prick will get me crashing down. It keeps me grounded. At the same time, when I'm going from joy to sorrow, when I'm getting depressed, I need not get depressed. I'm not pathetic. I'm not terrible. I'm not bad. It's just that this situation is good for me. That's why Swami did. Failing in this exam is good for me. That's why Swami did it. And I'm calm. I put in all my effort. See, that is another thing. Krishna said, karma phala tyaga, means give up the fruits of action. We often misunderstand and give up action itself. Why should I help that person? God will take care. What if there's a fire under your chair? Why do you get up and run? Sit. God will take care of your behind also. No. If my behind is on fire, I'll get up and run. But if his behind is on fire, no problem, God will take care. So it is karma phala tyaga and not karma tyaga. We have to put in effort. So let's not say that I am not going to study if I fail. No problem, it's good for me. No. I will study. I will put in my best effort, and after that what happens? No problem. It's good for me. I won't get depressed. I won't get dejected. So in this scenario, surrender helps me to again remain grounded. Ensure I don't go underground and bury myself. So we are terrestrial beings. We have to live on the earth. We should not fly in the air or go under the ground. For that we need surrender. Whatever happens is good for me. And Swami says, if we do this every moment of our life will be smooth. It will become beautiful because God is definitely planning that. Every moment of our life, God is planning our life for us because He loves us so much. If only we give Him that opportunity, give Him that importance, because that is what we are seeking for in our life. We seek only happiness, and we seek it in things that don't give us happiness. I'll conclude possibly with one final and last example. Swami says we are like dogs. There was a dog that found a bone and began to chew it, a dry bone. And a piece of that bone broke and pricked its gums and it started bleeding. And the dog was sucking upon it and saying, what tasty bone it is. Oh, you dog. It's only to a dog you can tell like that. You dog. It's not the bone that is tasty. You're sucking on your own blood. And you're feeling happy. And Swami would say, that is how all of your happiness is. You're thinking money is giving happiness. You think $1,000 gives you happiness? What if that $1,000 is in your neighbor's pocket and not your pocket? Then it makes you envious. It makes you feel horrible. You think a Mercedes Benz gives you happiness? A Porsche gives you happiness? What if it's parked in your neighbor's yard and not your yard? So Swami would say that the happiness, source of happiness is within you. It is a God within you that is the source of happiness. We attribute it to different things, like the dog thought that the bone gives happiness. With gratitude to Swami for having come into our life, with gratitude to Swami for making us aware of him, I would like to pray to Swami that Swami, let every passing moment of our life, our love for you keep growing stronger and stronger. Because if that doesn't happen, it is not life at all, it is death. It would be equivalent to we watching movies and forgetting the destination of the flight. May we never forget that the ultimate destination of all our air flights is at your lotus feet. With that prayer, I conclude. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Good evening to all our brothers and sisters and children who have come for this great presentation by our beloved spiritual leader Aravind Balasubramanya. Personally, I feel I don't deserve this great opportunity, but it was Swami's will and my wife Srivardhini's undaunted devotion to Swami for so many years. This has happened, and maybe it was Swami's will that we all should feel as if we are listening to this great presentation in India, because this is a small basement. You feel right now as if you are in India, because the little AC we have, it's not trickling down here that effectively. The temperature is 86. It was all Swami's will. So I thought I will share this, and I sincerely want to thank all of you for making this a great event. I want to thank our brothers from Jersey City, from Old Japan, and even from East Brunswick and even Flushing Center. People have come to make this. I am really very grateful to all of you. Sai Ram.
मुरलीधरा है घनश्यामा मुरलीधरा है घनश्यामा परतीश्वर साई श्यामा परतीश्वर साई श्यामा गिरिधारी परति विहारी गिरिधारी परति विहारी मीरा के है गिरिधारी
मीरा के गिरधारी
मीरा के है गिरिधारी सूरदास के कृष्ण मुरारी
सखी घनश्यामा मेघश्यामा साई श्यामा
घनश्यामा मेघश्यामा साई श्यामा
मेघश्यामा साई श्यामा
गिरिधारी पति विहारी
गिरिधारी विहारी
गिरिधारी पति विहारी मुरलीधरा हे घनश्यामा
मुरलीधरा हे घनश्यामा
पतीश्वर साई श्यामा
पतीश्वर साई श्यामा
गिरिधारी पति विहारी
गिरिधारी पति विहारी
मीरा के है गिरिधारी
मीरा के हे गिरिधारी
सूरदास के कृष्ण मुरारी
सूरदास के कृष्ण मुरारी
घनश्यामा मेघश्यामा साई श्यामा
घनश्यामा मेघश्यामा साई श्यामा
गिरिधारी पति विहारी
पति विहारी
गिरिधारी पति विहारी मुरलीधरा हे घनश्यामा
बोलो बोलो सब मिल बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय। 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 ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय
बोलो बोलो सब मिल बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय।
बोलो बोलो सब मिल बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय
जूट जटा में गंगाधारी।
हमें गंगाधारी
जूट जटा में गंगाधारी।
झूठ जटा में गंगाधारी
त्रिशूलधारी डमरू बजाए।
त्रिशूलधारी डमरू बजावे
त्रिशूलधारी डमरू बजाए।
त्रिशूलधारी डमरू
डम 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 डमरू बजा।
ढम 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 डमरू बजा
डम 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 डमरू बजा।
ढम 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 डमरू बजा
गूंज उठा ओम नमः शिवाय।
गूंज उठा ओम नमः शिवाय
गूंज उठा ओम नमः शिवाय।
गूंज उठा ओम नमः शिवाय
बोलो बोलो सब मिल बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय।
बोलो बोलो सब मिल बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
बोलो बोलो सब मिल बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय। झूठ जटा में
Om Namah Shivaya.
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 Hari Om Namah Shivaya.
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 Namah Shivaya.
Hari Om Namah Shivaya.
Ishwaramba Priyanandana. Ishwaramba Priyanandana. Sai Jaya Jagavandana. Sai Jaya Jagavandana. रत्नाकर कुलभूषणा. रत्नाकर कुलभूषणा. राजीव नयना नारायणा. राजीव नयना नारायणा. नारायणा हरि नारायणा. नारायणा साई नारायणा. ईश्वराम्बा प्रियनन्दना. साई जय जगवन्दना. साई जय जगवन्दना. रत्नाकर कुलभूषणा. राजीव नयना नारायणा. नारायणा हरि नारायणा. नारायणा साई 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 नारायणा. साई जय जगवन्दना.
निश्चल तत्वे जीवन मुक्ति
निर्मोहते निश्चल तत्त्वं निश्चल तत्त्वे जीवन मुक्ति
हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
Sairam, just before we do Aarti,
If you're self-employed,
yeah, so just before Aarti, I just thought that what I started off with, that episode I didn't narrate at all. I went into Trai Brindavan and that's it, I got lost somewhere. I must state that because that is very important. There was a student who was never getting to sit in the first line, because of which he decided to, bunk the lines, scam the lines and try to get somehow in the front so that he could have a close darshan of Bhagawan. But he was caught by the teacher, so he was sent back to the last again. And that Trai session, that coveted Trai session, when he entered, he was seated somewhere in the behind, in the end. And that is when Swami simply pointed out to him and said, "You come here front, come front." And that boy got up and came front, and except possibly that boy and the teacher who had caught him, nobody else understood anything special about that. So he came and sat in the front, and then Swami said, "Hey, you were crying, no, for me, for my darshan?" And that boy just nodded, and he continued to cry, because that's what God does in our life. We come to him crying, and after we come to him, we continue crying. Just that the first were tears of sorrow, and now these are tears of gratitude and joy. This boy continued to cry, and then Swami said, when I come for darshan, everybody is crying, but I see only those who are crying for me. I feel this is such a beautiful and powerful message. Swami said that I go for darshan, everybody is crying, but I see only those who are crying for me. The easiest way to ensure that the vision of God, Swami's eyes, Swami's sight is on me, is to cry for him. And I really feel from the bottom of my heart that if even a day passes without me crying for him, then that day has been a waste, really. Because that is the only thing that I'm striving for. I'm striving for happiness, and happiness is only union with God, and the only way God's eyes are going to be cast on me, his vision is going to fall on me, is when I'm crying for him. And how can I allow a day to pass away without me crying for him, even if it's for a moment or whatever? I just feel that let us ensure that every day, at least for a few moments, we genuinely cry and pine for him. We may not be able to do it throughout the day like how Mirabai did, but at least one moment a day for some time when we sit in our prayer, let us keep aside some time for him, because he is a priority in our life. We can't say that no time for him. And when we keep aside that time, let us feel for him intensely, let us pine for him, let us yearn for him, crave for him. Let one tear come for him. Because it has been my experience in life that one tear shed for him, he wipes out a million other tears. We cry for so many things in life. Why can't we cry for him? We cry over the same things over and over again. Why can't we celebrate the same thing? A joke that I said there, about whatever it might be. if I repeat that joke, if I tell you about how this person got up, and he said, Swami, in Dwapara Yuga, you promised Kunti, because she prayed for troubles and you gave her troubles, but in Kali Yuga you're so compassionate. I didn't pray for it at all, and yet you have filled my life with troubles. And this person, so he stood up and he was sitting next to Swami, and Swami said, Swami, in Dwapara Yuga, Kunti prayed for troubles all her life, and you granted, but in Kali Yuga you are so compassionate, I didn't even pray, and yet you have given me troubles. And Swami was seated there, and this person, you're thinking that I've gone psychotic in a loop, right? But this is one more thing I thought, that we never laugh for the same things in life over and over again. We think it's crazy to laugh, but we cry for the same things over and over again in life. It's so stupid, it's so foolish. So maybe laugh for the same things over and over again, because our bliss is his food. If we want to feed Swami, we have to be blissful. Let's be happy. And if at all we have to cry, let's cry only for him over and over again. Because every drop of tear will be worth of its weight in gold much more. Because he alone in the universe knows the value of our tear. Our tears are not worthwhile to be shed for anyone or anything else. Thank you. Now we shall do Aarti.
ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतीका आपद्बान्धवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता गुरुदैवमु मरियन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मरियन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्र शयन ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी साई महादेव सत्य साई महादेव मंगल हारति अंधको मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम
जय
सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु
समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो
भवन्तु
शांति शांति शांति
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की परमं पवित्रं बाबा परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं divine protection, be love with Baba, grant us liberation. Be love with Baba, grant us liberation. Paramam pavitram Baba vibhutim, paramam vichitram Leela vibhutim, paramanta ishtanta moksha pradhanam Baba vibhutim idamashayami. Leela vibhutim idamashayami. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaivate Nagantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Aham Vaishvarnaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashritaha Pranapana Samayuktaha Vachamyannam Chaturvidham. Om Shanti